Hello, this is Gordon. It's time to have a field trip again. This time, I had a walking tour around the university campus. Without further ado, let's explore the urban myths here and find out more clues to verify the stories are true or not. Checkpoint 1. Main Building. The construction of Main Building was completed in 1912. As the oldest building structure at HKU, Main Building is one of the popular origin of various urban myths. The building has been in use for more than a century. Referring to the website of Visit HKU, Main Building is now a declared monument. But not many of you may know the Main Building served as a relief hospital during the World War II. With a rich historical background, people are prone to associate odd, unusual things to ghosts, cults, and conspiracy cognitively. I'm no exception. Before delving into myths of Main Building, let me share my experience first. One day, when I left the room MB123 at 11 PM because of choir practice, I saw a shadowy figures jumped on the lockers and vanished in the thin air. It's pretty scary. Indeed, after my frightening experience, a question immediately sprang to my mind. Why do Hong Kong students think the urban legends are trustworthy? Of course, it is an open-ended question, but I firmly believe that the Edwardian Baroque architectural style is definitely a crucial factor affecting the vibes, atmosphere, and impression of Main Building. Some urban explorers say that the number of staircases, floor tiles, and rooms in Main Building is closely related to multiple of 3 because 2 of the Hong Kong U founding donors, Sir Kai Ho and Sir Bosan, are members of Freemason. To their organization, 3 is a symbolic digit. The design details may be just coincidence or on purpose. No one knows. However, as a prestigious institution, urban legends about graduation, examination, or academic results may sound more appealing to Hong Kong U students. I quite value my GPA, so I won't touch the dragon handle of Lokiu Hall, or else I have to defer my studies. Many academic-related myths have already transformed into HKU traditions. I wish all the students who watched this video super pass! As an art student, I usually take my lecture and tutorial on Centennial campus, so I don't have many resonance of MB myth. Checkpoint 2. Happy Park and Knowles Building. Then, let's move on to the next checkpoint, Knowles Building and Happy Park. Before getting into HKU, I thought the name of Sun Yat-sen Place is called Happy Park because the audience watched and laughed at the damn cheers of Horton ladies and U-Haul boys. But the origin of the nickname have 2 versions. Some say it's because students would line up a long queue waiting for the opening hour of Main Building during the exam revision period. Some say it's because boys could sit on the benches outside Knowles Building to peep at the girls. It seems to me that 2 versions are both ill-founded and nonsense. So, I tried to search some photos online. The official Facebook of HKU claimed that the name is Happy Park because the podium serves as a multifunctional platform for students' activities. Just next to Happy Park, Knowles Building is also a hotspot of urban myths. As a freshman, this is the first building I remember its name. In the old camp, Joba and Joma like sharing ghost stories to scare off the freshmen as an ice-breaking and courage-testing activity. This is how HKU students orally transmit the urban legends to the newcomers. It's beneficial for preserving the old stories. Ghost storytelling is now an essential section in HKU orientation, and even a legacy that can pass on to the next generation. The motives are quite clear. To help freshmen to establish a sense of belonging and identity and emotional attachment to HKU. So, whenever you hear some HKU urban legends, you will feel resonant as a member of HKU family and as an insider. Stories become your collective memories at HKU. It's quite boring to keep repeating the story plots of Knowles Haunted Bridge and Old Key Keepers. I think students could recite them already. In this tech-savvy era, go to Google to have fact-checking first. I could only find the news about Knowles Building on fire in 1984. If the keykeeper and girl really committed suicide, I should be able to find some solid proofs from old newspaper. The landscape and geographic changes of HKU may adversely affect the widespread of urban legends. Taking the Lotus Point as the examples, with the extension and reconstruction of main campus, the pond was redesigned for a few times since 1951. Back in the days, students treated the pond as a recreational place. But nowadays, students won't visit the pond unless shooting graduation photos. Since the point that we see now is not the original site where the urban legend took place, students will think that it is impossible for the girl to commit suicide by jumping into the pool, especially the water level is so low. Besides, Zhongyuanming Amenity Centers is also a typical example. The architectural design of the building is really like a tomb. However, if you are not standing at the lotus point and take the photos from that angle, you won't realize any elements of the interior design related to graves. This is Rumishaw Building, where I usually take the tutorials of this course. You may also find a row of lockers on the Roman shop podium like the main building, but why no students claim that they see someone sitting on the lockers? Finally, we arrived at the Haking Wong Building, infamous of its elevators and time tunnel. Indeed, I quite look forward to visiting here because my brother told me this story when I was primary 5. But this time, I really had the chance to take the elevator and walk along the long aisle. Nothing really special at all. I saw an old man walking along the time tunnel, so I turned on my camera to shoot the clips. Very disappointing. The man didn't disappear, time didn't reverse. The story is obviously made up by the students who always walk along the aisle in the past to add spices to their tedious U life. If the engineering students move to a new building for their lessons, I think the myths will soon be forgotten.